Hello, Coach Scott here. Today I'm going to talk about QubeTrade. As most of you probably know, if you've been following me for any length of time, I'm actually with a company called NetCube, and we recently launched QubeTrade, which is a cryptocurrency system. And I'm going to explain really a little bit about how it works and maybe why you might want to get involved. So let me just share my screen and show you what it is. So this is QubeTrade. So you'll see on the left hand side there's different places you can go. You've got your profile, which just gives you your personal details. There are courses. I'll click on that one because I can show you two different types at the moment. So we have the basics. So for anybody that's completely a beginner like I was, well, like I am still really, about cryptocurrency and about trading, you can come here and there are some 6 basic things about cryptocurrency and trading. So what is Bitcoin? What is a blockchain? What is a wallet? What is an exchange? What are altcoins? And how to set up your API keys, which we can talk about later. So that's a very basic course. And then there's also another course called the TA Titans. Now, again, I would say for anybody that's particularly new, you might want to wait until you've had a little bit of experience in using the system before you start looking at some of these videos, because they, certainly from my point of view as a beginner, I found them over my head. Even though they're supposed to be for beginners, I found that the information was just going straight over my head. I will actually come back to these later. I did a couple of them, as you can see. So when I've got a little bit more experience, I'm a bit more used to navigating around the exchanges. Okay, so that's the courses there. Obviously, they will be adding more of these as time goes by. And then the API keys are basically, oh, sorry, I've got to log in again. Yeah, the API keys are basically how the exchanges are linked to QubeTrade, so that, well, I'll explain why in a minute. But this is basically very simple. It's a simple copy and paste business, and we do have videos in the back office to show you how to do HitBTC, which is one of the exchanges we're using, and Bittrex, which is the other exchange at the moment. They will be onboarding Binance in the next week or so. So basically that's how you set up your API keys and where you set your risk. Now this is in dollar amounts, so basically you decide whether you're going to risk $10 or $20 or $5. I think $5 is probably the minimum that you can trade with. Okay, so that's the API keys, and then they do have webinars. Currently, I think they are every week. So if we click on NetCube webinars, it's a bit slow because we're sharing the screen, but here we are. These are the dates. So yeah, it's every week at the moment. I think it's on a Monday from 7 p.m. and that's Central Time in the US. Okay, so you can go and get more information and training on the system from these webinars. Okay, and we also have how to buy on HitBTC, how to manually sell and do a stop loss, how to do the API setup, and the QubeTrade opportunity webinar. So if you want to maybe send something to somebody that's interested that you know after you've joined, you can use that webinar there. Okay, so let's go to signals. Now, the whole idea of this system, QubeTrade, then, is basically you get signals coming in, like these ones here. So we have a look at it. This is a pairing between VIB and USD. And when you see this circle here, and if it's completely empty like this with a 0% in, it means nothing has started yet. So it hasn't started to complete the trade, if you like. Our target is defaulted at 1%. So we're only looking really at a 1% gain. And this is the price that you enter at. And this is the price that we want to sell at. And obviously the date and the time. Time is very important. What you're looking to do really is have the time on here the same as or within a minute or so of the time, the real time on your computer, or you know, in your life, as it were, depending on where you are in the world. These times here are based on Eastern Standard Time in America. So you might need to convert if you're not in the same time zone. Okay, and at the bottom here you see success rate and average gain. Basically what that means is that over the past few years of history where these pairs have been traded, there's been a 91% success rate of them gaining a 1% gain. Okay, and the average gain, again, this is not this doesn't mean that every time there was a gain it went up to 13.14%. It just means that the average gain over a period of time was 13.14%. Okay. Now the other thing that has been added recently is that you can change the target percentage from 1%, I believe, up to 15%, but that's purely at your discretion as to how bearish you are in your trading. Certainly at the beginning, we would suggest leaving it at 1% until you get more used to the system and to trading itself. Okay, so and basically, so the whole idea of the system really is to make very small gains of 1% on small amounts of trading. So the consensus really is that if you shouldn't be using any more than 5% of your investment. So if you've got $100 invested in HIT BTC, you shouldn't be trading more than $5. If you've got $500 in trading, then you can be trading $25. Yeah. But it's of course entirely up to you. You're in control of that. Remember that with QubeTrade, you're only paying to use the system. There's no commission on any trades that you make. All your figures, all your amounts are completely under your control and are personal to you. So nobody will know how much you've got in there or how little you've got in there and what you're trading. It's only for your own personal use to do that. So the system is basically designed to give you the signals based on artificial intelligence and the algorithms, etc. They work out which is the most likely pairing to give you a 1% gain, hopefully in a short period of time. So you can do many trades. The only slight issue at the moment is, and this is something they're working on at the moment, as I say, the time here is crucial because what you'll find is when you get a trade come in, even if you click on it right away, you'll find that the time or the price rather has changed from when you clicked on it. This is because at the moment, because it's a web-based system, you're not really seeing this quickly enough in real time. They are working on that, and that will actually be something that they're changing. So it's rather than web-based, I think it's going to be app-based. I don't quite understand the technology, but basically it means that you'll see things in real time, so that these prices should be a lot, if not exactly, should be a lot closer than currently they are. And what the problem that that's really giving us is that we're having trades that are not selling very quickly. Of course, we're not losing anything because all you do need to do is hold on to those until they sell. But of course, if your funds are limited on how much you can invest into the system, into trading, then of course eventually you run out of funds to do any trading until you have to wait for these to sell. So that's one issue that hopefully is going to be solved in the near future. But I can say as a complete beginner in trading, never done any trading before, it is extremely simple to use. You don't need to have any trading experience. You do simply click a button. There hasn't been a trade come in yet, so I can't actually show you, but these bars here, when it's a live one, you see a green thumb, and at the moment a red thumb, but they're going to do away with the red thumb soon. And all you have to do is simply click on the green thumb, and basically what the system will then do is automatically place a buy and automatically place a sell based on the percentage target, which in this case is 1%. And that's it. That's all you have to do, really. You can then basically go into the exchange and check that everything's gone through correctly. Okay, so that's it. That's really what QubeTrade is all about. It's a great system. If you've never been trading before, you have no experience, or maybe even if you are experienced and you haven't got the time to devote to trading on a regular basis, all you basically need to do is wait for a signal. You check the signal, you decide what kind of success rate you're looking for and what kind of average gain you're looking for, and decide whether to take the trade or not. And it's as simple as that. You click on the button, it puts in the sell, it puts in the buy, and you just wait for it to sell and basically do the next one. So I hope that's been useful. If you've got any questions, obviously you can message me below. Let me just stop sharing my screen for a moment. So if you like this training, there's more. Click on the link to go to my Facebook group. Bye-bye.